Hey guys, it's your boy Van. I just want to do a Unistrut video. Was talking to a pretty educated guy, knows the ropes the other night in a chat. His name's Dave. Shout out to you, buddy. It was a great conversation we had there in Christmas chat. But just wanted to kind of go over some of the fittings and some of the stuff that you guys can do with this Unistrut. I mean, this stuff can be, life changing if you're, wanting to go aluminum like Dave wanted to. It's a good way to go. Probably a little lighter weight if we're going to be honest about things, but aluminum adds up. It truly does. We use it when we're building substations and things like that. And when you get into racking, I mean, you're talking a beer can or something, of course it's light. But when you get into thicker gauges and things, something like this, and it's going to probably be even a little thicker to have the strength. Um, it kind of evens out, guys. By the time you build the rack, you're probably going to have to pay a welder to do it properly. Welding, getting aluminum to stick is a whole lot different than even welding steel. So a little trickier situation, and you got to, the cost of the aluminum is more. The cost of having somebody to fabricate the rack together, labor, by the time you add all that up, and at the end of the day, it's really not going to be a whole lot different in the weight that you have on the vehicle when it's all said and done. You're talking, maybe 50 pounds. It's not going to be life changing weight anyway by the time you put all this cost into things. So, pros and cons with everything, of course, but I just wanted to go over all the different types of fittings that I have laying around. There's other fittings as well that you can look into, but he wasn't aware of, they make crosses. Here's T's. Here's L's, what we call L's. So you can make your turns if you're laying it flat, if you're trying to change elevations. This is a 90, so you can go up a different elevation. You could flip a back-to-back 90 like I have done up top. I'll show you that here in a second, because I needed to get over top of my max air vent. So it actually allowed me to put another 100 watt panel up there. And we're coming into winter here in the States, so the old sunshine is a little lower on the horizon, so it's affecting the panels for sure as far as incoming power. So adding another 100 watts of power up there, that's definitely going to take care of my issues that I'm not having at the moment. But if you're out and about and living on the road off grid, an extra 100 watts could be life changing at night when you need to get those battery packs charged up. So this is what we call a spring nut. They call them strut nuts when they don't have the spring inside. You can just cut the springs off too. Some people get aggravated with them, but sometimes, if you can't get your fingers down inside there to hold that thing, that nut will save your butt. Square nuts. These are the same thickness of this if you're trying to mount your panel and you want it the same elevation as this here or something. So these come in handy as well, guys. They make these in 45s also. You could 45 upward and then 45 backwards to get it the same elevation. Would drop your height a little bit there. So lots of things you could do. There's deep strut. There's shallow strut, so lots of things that a person could do. I just want to show you guys what we've got going on up top here, as you guys can see. Hopefully I got that. I'm in the sunshine, but we changed elevation, and moral to the story here, guys, getting over top of that max air vent. So see, this strut has really changed all the way around. I shifted this back a little bit so we hang over a little on the back side, but that's going to keep the shade a little bit less off of the other panels too, because we're at a different elevation. So, and I did all of this with one hole through just to get the wiring through, guys. So this is a ladder rack, and that prevented me from, you know, having to put all these holes in here to mount the solar panels themselves. So look into a ladder rack. I stress this to lots of people, and I think I opened Dave's eyes last night in that chat. So as far as rust, it's kind of a galvanized finish. You could always wipe it down with some Scotch-Brite, or just kind of rough the surface a little bit and paint it like I did. If you just want to keep it natural, they sell cold galvanized, what they call, in a spray like a rattle can. I recommend, if you're doing any cuts with it, cutting it to different lengths and stuff, you want to hit it with some cold gal, just to keep, you know, things from rusting and such. So, you know, I think it's turning out great, guys. I just wanted to kind of go over a little bit of this, keep you guys from having to pay somebody to fabricate a bunch of aluminum, and it's going to cost you probably thousands when you can stay in the hundreds. And 3/8 hardware, 1/4 inch hardware, you can get different spring nut sizes. You can use stainless steel hardware or some kind of galvanized hardware to keep everything from rusting, or, you know, paint it white like I did with the rack here. Just kind of rough it up a little bit, give it something to stick to. You want to wash it real quick before you start, because of the strut usually tends to be a little oily. They keep it a little oily, so wash it with some soap and water, scuff it up, and you can paint it as well. So that's my tip for the day. And as far as health reasons, you know, we're moving back into things and moving back into building the vans a little slow. They got me on 3 different meds. If you don't know, last video I posted, my blood pressure was 290 over 270, guys. Insanity high. But my meds had me a little dopey and dizzy, but we're getting used to things and getting back to normal here. Got an appointment with the cardiologist here in a few more weeks, and we'll keep you posted. Till then, next time, this is Van with the Van Life Biker Show, and I'm out. Peace.